Every couple of weeks, my next guest has the rare opportunity to meet privately with the President of the United States. No, it's not Nancy. He's not an aide or an advisor, but he is the official White House barber and has held this position since 1969. Please welcome the only man who knows for sure, the President's hairdresser, Milton Pitts. Nice to meet you, sir. Have a seat, sir. Thank you very much for coming up from Washington. You know, when I lived in California, and I guess when Governor Reagan was out there, and there's always a lot of conjecture about whether or not he was coloring his hair. It seemed like at one point it was kind of orange. You would know, of course, if he is coloring it. And I mean, here's a man in his almost to his mid-70s with jet black hair.
Well, David, his hair is not jet black. It's a light brown, and his hair is about 20% gray.
Oh, really? There is some gray
right.
in it.
And he does not color it. And I've worked on him for a year and a half now, and I see him about every 12 days, and he really does not dye his hair. That's his natural hair.
Okay. And you have you ever screwed one up?
Not really.
Yeah.
Not that I know of.
Yeah.
No, I've enjoyed working for, you know, 3 presidents now. I started with President Nixon. I followed through with President Ford. And I started cutting Governor Reagan's hair when he was campaigning. And I've done his hair about 3 months before he became president.
And of the 3, who has the best head of hair?
Well, no doubt President Reagan has a real healthy, good head of hair.
Jerry was losing it, wasn't he? Wasn't he nearly bald?
He was practically bald.
Yeah. And what about Richard Nixon? What about his hair?
He has good hair. His hair was too long.
Yeah.
And he used too much oil or dressing on his hair.
What did he put on it? What did Nixon put on his hair?
I think it was Brill cream.
Brill cream? And what about the President Reagan? Does he use anything on his hair?
He does not use any dressing at all on his hair. His hair looks shiny, but it's water.
It's just water.
Yes.
Now, is that good for hair? Just to...
That's good.
Yeah.
The president shampoos his hair, I think, every day.
Every day.
That's very healthy. And,
do you know what he uses? What shampoo he would?
No, I really don't.
Now, Milton, they tell me that you have. Is this possible? You have some samples.
I have a little sample. Yes, I can show you.
All right. Let's. This would be a sample of. This is presidential hair, ladies and gentlemen. This is what network television is for.
This was President Reagan's hair, October the 18th, 81.
And it came in this special presidential holder here. Here, take a look at this official hair holder. There you go.
David,
does he know you have this?
No, he does not know. Goodbye. As you can see, David.
Move your hand there, Milton, and let's get a shot of this.
Actually, it's almost the color of your hair, David.
Is it really? Yeah. Well, that's actually, it's not as dark as it. It looks like something you'd see laying on the carpet if you had. You can, you know, you can make a mustache out of that. There's millions of uses for presidential hair, ladies and gentlemen. It just and pretty healthy hair, then, huh?
It's very healthy. Yes.
Does he? Now you changed the style of it, didn't you?
That's right.
What was it originally? Do we have the before and after here?
David, if you remember, his hair always was shown very high, a pompadour.
Yeah.
But what I like to do is give the hair a balanced contour cut. And this hair is much shorter in front, and it's a little lower in the back than it was when I started working on it.
Yeah. So this would be your version of it.
That's my way I think his hair looks best.
Yeah. Does he ever look in the mirror and say, "Gee, I don't know, Milton"? Yeah.
No. He's very easy to please, and I gradually changed his hair over a few months. You know. I didn't cut off too much in front at first, but then I started cutting it a little shorter until I got it about the length I like.
Now, are you alone with this guy when you're cutting his hair, or are you surrounded by a cadre of Secret Service guys?
The White House barber shop is a very small shop. It's 10 by 12. There's one chair, and the president, the Secret Service opened the door about every 12 to 14 days.
Just stick his head in.
And he comes in, and he says hello, and I take his coat, and I style his hair for him. And there's nobody in there with the president ever, unless he invites somebody in, which is very seldom.
You can come over and watch me get my hair cut. What do you talk about? I mean, you've got the ear of the most powerful man in the world. What goes on?
Well, sometimes we talk about the old movies I've seen him in, you know, which he likes to talk about. But I never advise him on political things. He never asked me that.
Yeah. Does he ever come in and say, "Boy, Milton, it's been just I screwed something up awful earlier,"
no.
or?
He always seems happy.
Uh-huh.
He'll come in with a smile on and he leaves like that.
Yeah.
I've never seen him angry.
Yeah. And doesn't give you a hint as to what may be coming in the future, or he doesn't try out speeches or policy on you?
No, he never does.
Yeah. Now you've also cut Henry Kissinger's hair.
Yes. I cut his hair for about 8 years, I guess.
Any special problems there with the?
Kissinger's hair was more difficult than most any of the people I worked on. His hair is very curly and very coarse.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Henry Kissinger came in about every Friday to have his hair cut.
Mm-hmm.
And he always wanted it shampooed. When you shampoo his hair and blow dry it, it took a little of the curl out, which he liked.
Yeah.
It was just more straight.
Does Ronald Reagan use a blow dryer?
No. No, he doesn't.
Yeah. So he simply just towels dry?
Yes.
Yeah. What do you call that if somebody went into a barber now and said, "I would like a," what would you call that?
Well, it's more of a contour cut, which we call today. You know, back in the days when I was cutting Tommy Smothers' hair.
Oh, you actually cut his hair?
Oh, yeah. I have pictures of me up in the other place. But anyway, I cut Tommy's hair when he was appearing in Washington. And, of course, a number of the movie stars I worked on. And Tommy's hair was very short in those days, which was 13 years ago.
Yeah.
And we were doing razor cuts, which was popular at that time.
Now you've gone back to just the trimming.
Now it's the scissor cut, which is a layer cut.
Do you see this haircut kind of catching on?
Well, it's very popular today. Most haircuts that we do in my shop in the Carlton Hotel is always shampooed and then styled with a scissor, and then we blow dry it, and we use a spray on it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and the president uses a little spray then?
No, he does not.
No spray? Okay. This is a fascinating area.
Yeah.
You have to come back some night and we'll do the whole show about the president's hair. I appreciate you coming up here, sir.
Well,
I know you must be very busy. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Enjoy it.
Milton Pitts, the White House barber. We'll be back with commercial archivist James Hall. Yes.